I am the face of Spain, yet I do not speak Spanish, and that is ironic. Let's talk about this. So I have made more than one video pointing out the fact that as an American in the United States, I have never once in my life met someone who is Spanish, from Spain. And yes, I've traveled the world. I've met people from all across the world, but I've never been to Europe. And I've never knowingly met a person from Spain. I'd like to. I'd like to go to Spain. But so far in my life, I have not done those things. So is there some irony in that? You know, I recently received a comment on one of my videos where I talked about how the fact I've never met anyone from Spain, and ultimately, I really don't. I've never seen a Spanish person to truly know what they look like. I can only go off of people that I see in movies. But as far as what is the look of a Spanish man, someone commented, they said, well, just look in the mirror and you're looking at the face of Spain, which is why I came up with the idea for this video and the title for it. I have the face of Spain. If I had the customs of a man from Spain and I spoke Spanish with the dialect from someone of Spain, then I would fit right in. I would be the most Spanish looking man you could possibly encounter. But it's confusing because I speak American English instead of speaking any Spanish. So it made me think how many people across the world have the face of a different place. But then you hear them talk and you realize they're not from that place. I don't think most people would look at me, even in the United States, they wouldn't necessarily look at me and think, okay, what's the most typical American looking man I can picture? Let me think about this. They probably wouldn't think this guy. But easily Spain. And I think that's interesting. So is it somewhat ironic that someone can look so much like the face of a nation, but not actually speak that language? Not that they're from that country, but specifically to have the face of Spain, yet not speak Spanish. I actually took, 4 years of French instead, is actually what I spent years of my life working on, because I have an English degree. That's what I got in college, an English degree, and therefore you have to take a foreign language, and I chose French, and I loved it. So I guess that's a little bit ironic also in itself. Being that I do have Spanish heritage according to my heritage DNA. I'm something like 31% Spanish according to those findings. So yes, a third, and we could even say people who are actually in Spain take a MyHeritage DNA test, they might actually show less Spanish than me because they would instead show more Sephardic Jewish or West Asian or Greek. So maybe that's a bit ironic. Maybe not only do I look very Spanish from Spain, but perhaps my actual DNA, as far as if we're measuring Spanish DNA, Iberian specifically, maybe I actually am more Iberian than people who are actually, men who are actually Spanish in Spain. So much to think about. And the only way we can really channel all this energy is for my brain, went to my mouth, it came out, and it goes right here where you shall leave a comment.